Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we check in with Michael Steinkamp of Investment Whiskey. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Steinkamp and Andrew Webrink.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk to Steinkamp. It's been fun to watch his company, grow and get traction and stuff like that. And we'll find out a little bit more about that kind of stuff. We'll get to that after the break, though. For right now, though, Steinkamp did say that there was a topic you wanted to talk about unrelated to the show today. What is that, sir?
And having Andrew on the show specifically brought this about. So the TTB approves a brand new designation for whiskey, right? The American Single Malt. Mm-hmm. Big deal coming up here, if not today, in the next couple days, depending what day this comes out, right?
Right.
Thoughts on that? I know it's been going at it for a long time, but specifically with Andrew here, I wondered how that might change or affect barrels and barrel production, if anything, for what's going on there.
Well, I mean, we're a new barrel producer, so obviously it doesn't hurt our feelings when we see the stipulations read that it must be a new barrel, but we've also got our hand in the used barrel game too. So I think for me personally, from a research standpoint, it's always good when the TTB passes laws that don't hinder innovation.
Mm-hmm.
And don't restrict things too much. So from a personal standpoint, that's all I can ask for. But, from an ISC standpoint, I think we're glad that everybody's going to be making good whiskey, and a new category is going to have its chance to shine. And, maybe it'll be the next big thing. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Right? I do like the fact that they can, use new or used, and it just allows distillers the flexibility to do something else. So there's another category that they can explore now and experiment with, and I think it's a good thing for distillers. So, yeah.
Agreed. And some guys are doing some amazing things, right? And you can find those bottles in the shop.
Right. Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know what they're talking about, you need to get into the shop and just have Steve or Darren start pulling American single malts. Now, they weren't necessarily labeled that before, but they're in there.
Right.
And you'll be surprised at how different they can still be. Right.
Yeah. What were we going to say, Webrink?
It's great that it finally has, kind of an official category now. I mean, obviously that helps with sales and a lot of other different things, but just to kind of double back on what you were saying, it's always good when the category can open up and give, the distillers freedom to, make really, really good stuff. In Canada, I mean, what's the law there? It's like anything under 700 liters.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
really, really fun stuff can happen there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that stuff's, it's good. I like the fact that they have freedom to do whatever they want to do.
Very cool.
Steve, were you surprised that it was just malted barley?
No, because I think that to me, I think it should be other malted grains as well. But the people in the know that are pushing it, they wanted all the ones that I know wanted malted to be malted barley. So
yeah. So if you're listening and you haven't read it, it has to be 100% malted barley. Not
right.
You can't have 100% malted corn, or it has to be 100% malted barley according to the classification. So
right.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, but I mean, it's fine. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it is amazing how diverse those tastes can be, though. I mean, when we get a good one, they sell out really quick, which I've noticed. So we've had several in there, and I wish I would have kept a bottle of all of them to do a side by side on how different they can be. When you're thinking, well, that's pretty limiting, just malted barley, but no, it can be quite. It'd
be a heck of a tasting event at the shop.
Yeah.
Hey, it's American single malt night.
Yeah.
Maybe when Lenny's in town or something, he kind of leads that. So
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, be good.
On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with McNew this time. McNew, what do you got?
I have the All-Star Old Pepper pick from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Okay. Basie, decent. We'll see what happens. I've got Buzzard's Roost here, the Kindred collaboration.
Oh,
Andrew,
nice.
do you know Chad Spalding?
I know Chad very well. He works about 10 feet from my office. So
really? Okay.
He and I are together on pretty much a daily basis. We're
nice.
Essentially the only two down at that shop.
Okay. Well, so they're very cool. So the Chad that you always talked about?
My cat just pissed on me.
Oh God. I saw you had the cat there. It fucking pissed on you?
It pissed on me and it left.
That's what I would do if I pissed on you. I'm not going to sit around and wait for the repercussions of that.
Oh,
what the hell, man?
That can't smell good.
Oh
no.
So are you done for the night, or?
Well, I'm done momentarily. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and mellow in it.
No, I think.
Is this a podcast first, Akeley?
It is a podcast. I mean, we had people piss themselves plenty of times.
He fucking pissed on me. Jen's like, Lucas peed on? Yeah, he pissed on me. He got up here and pissed and left.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that's
okay. Well, with that note, I was going to lose the cork pop anyway because I had some Weller 107. But
okay, all right.
If you guys don't forgive me for signing off,
no,
I understand.
All good.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. See you soon. All right. I got my Buzzard's Roost. It was interrupted by a cat urinating. So here we go. All right. That was nothing but squeak. McNew still got the lead. There was no cork pop there at all. It was just all squeak. Pathetic. All right, Steinkamp, you're last but not least.
I have some investment whiskey, French oak finish.
Okay.
It is a well-loved bottle, though. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, you're in trouble. No.
Yeah.
Not enough there. Not enough life left in that cork. You've drank too much.
Nothing but base. Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers to McNew on the win. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
On my part, but cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, McNew and I will talk to Steinkamp about what he's got going on with investment whiskey. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Break. What, small talk, Darren? You got something?
Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be horrible.
Yeah. I still haven't thought of anything.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're checking in with Steinkamp about investment whiskey.
Yes, we are. So, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, lots of exciting things are happening. And, it's we got to keep reminding ourselves we're just a little more than a year old, which is crazy. That it feels like a lot longer than that in some ways, but not so much in other.
Right.
So the only kind of the whiskey we have left, and we had a port finish, a Madeira finish, a rum finish, the French oak finish. And then the only thing that we have for sale, because all those are gone, is the maple syrup finish. And we have maybe about 40% of that left, 40%. So sales have been fantastic. We're now available in 20 places, give or take, right around the St. Louis area. Another 2 or 3 working all the time, which is fantastic. But when you talk about what's coming up, we are very excited. Fingers crossed. As we're recording this podcast, it's very snowy and icy here in St. Louis. So fingers crossed that our labels come in and we're able to get this done. But we did a collaboration, obviously, with you, Colonel Steve, and Demetrius Kane out at Nobleton's. This product's coming out soon. It is an ABV Barrel Shop exclusive. So the only place you're going to be able to buy this is at the Barrel Shop. And Steve came up with the idea of taking the apple brandy barrel. So what was it, November? Did you guys get that release? Yeah. So Demetrius' family's been making apple brandy forever and ever. It's really been a family-only product. He hasn't released any of that or had the idea of selling it. Of course, everybody knows the Colonel's ability to persuade.
Yeah, right. I was able to get a barrel pry it out of his hands, basically.
Yeah, so. Money talks too, right? So Akeley did that and got the apple brandy into the shop, which sold out in 2 days?
Yeah.
Most of it was gone.
On there, it was gone then.
Yeah, most of it was gone like right away, and then there were just a couple straggler bottles. So we then Akeley came up with the idea, hey, get that barrel and let's do something with it. So I
reached out to Steinkamp because I was like, Demetrius doesn't do finishes, and
Demetrius doesn't do finishes.
So I was like, we got an opportunity here to do something else with this barrel. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I reached out to him and he said, "Well, he's okay. We'll do this, but I want a hand in it and I want some say in it because normally Demetrius just says, you go, you do your thing, whatever, how long, whatever. Now I pick his brain all the time. Let's be real, right? But he said I want to have a little more say about what's going in that barrel. I want to have a little more say about how long it stays in there, and et cetera, et cetera. And the barrel itself, the barrel that the apple brandy came in, is a very unique barrel, right? It's an 8-year-old air dried barrel. All the wood came from a tree that came off Demetrius's farm, and so the barrel itself is very unique. So we had to figure out a price on that barrel, which we did, and got that taken care of. And then we brought in Steve. I brought in some people on my team, and we got to taste. I think he had three or four different whiskeys for us to taste, Steve. That all came off his farm, right? Not normal stuff. He's like, well, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. And so those 3-4 barrels were incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really enjoyable stuff. Sure.
Very, and on purpose, he put a whiskey that had very caramel forward flavors. So you're thinking that apple brandy plus a caramel whiskey. And so we picked our favorite out of those. We let it sit in that barrel for 4 weeks. I tasted it at 2, 3, and 4. I thought 4 was right. Demetrius liked 4. I brought a sample back, brought it to Steve. He was like, oh, that's good. And it's really good. It is like you get a little bit of apple Jolly Rancher, but not the tart, just the sweet, the green. And then you get this caramel thing after it. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible whiskey. And I'm not saying it's me. This is, again, a truly collaborative effort with all three of us to get it where it was.
Yeah. Very, very cool thing. What else do you got going on? I mean, I know you've been doing some different things. Seems like you do a lot of events and stuff like that these days. So.
We do. We've got a lot of events going on. I've got to give mad props out to Dave Probst. He's our, I change his title every time I mention it, Director of Sales, Marketing, Vice President, blah, 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 whatever it is, master of everything. Dave has done a great job of putting me in places for us to be successful. And if I can go and talk and share whiskey with you, our thing is share whiskey, make friends, invest in good times. If I can share my whiskey with you and get my story out, then I think we're going to get some sales and convert some people and get some excitement behind the brand. And Dave has done a fantastic job of putting me in front of the right people. At the same time, the Colonel, again, mad props to him, is also done a great job of, hey, if you don't know about investment whiskey, you need to get us in there. One of the things we got to do recently is the state of Missouri put together a group of, I'm allowed to talk about this, right?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. State of Missouri put together a group of people to help promote bourbon, and they came in for their opening night dinner, and that was all sponsored by Investment Whiskey. So Investment Whiskey was poured in between each of the different courses, and we had writers from national publications in that all got to try Investment Whiskey, let me tell my story, and then we sent them all home with samples as well. I thought that night went really well.
Yeah, it did go really well. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So, it's things like that make it a lot of fun. Tasting, samplings. We have to be careful about where we go and what we do still, because we are a small brand. Every time we do a release, there are only 180 to 200 bottles. That's it. So you're never going to find us at like the big St. Louis Bourbon Society events, because I can't pour 7 or 8 bottles of samples We're just not at a place where we can do that. So the ideal is that you go to, follow us on Facebook or investment-whiskey.com. Find out where we're going to be. Come meet me. Dave's at most of our tastings too. Let us tell the story and share it that way. Or we're always available at the Barrel Shop. Stop in there and learn more about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And that's really the way to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. McNew, what do you want to know about investment whiskey?
Yeah, so you've been a fun story to watch. Like, you're a fun guy to watch because I'm like, nobody hustles harder than Steinkamp. Like, it seems like
true.
You're everywhere, just promoting your brand and being excited about it, which gets people excited about it. So props to you on that.
Thanks.
But besides this apple brandy finish, what finish are you looking forward to this year? Is there anything in the pipeline?
Yeah, I'll spill guts here on a couple things. I'm going to get in trouble by Dave, but that's all right. And we've already announced at the end of February is what I am calling the Mardi Gras finish. We're going to finish in Le Bon barrels. And if you're a fan of Demetrius Kane, you know what Le Bon is. It's an orange liqueur that he makes. There's a specific name, Steve, it's slipping my mind. Curacao. Curacao, thank you. Yeah, which is what the finish will be called, orange Curacao finish, because we can't use Le Bon. That's a whole nother copyright thing. But we got one of those Le Bon barrels, and we dropped a whiskey into it. The whiskey is in it right now. It's been in 2 weeks. I haven't tasted it yet. Hoping to get out this weekend to do that and sample it for the first time. That will come out right before Mardi Gras because there are all kinds of ties to New Orleans, Louisiana, the French with that specific brand and what it is. So very excited about that. Envisioning that it's going to be almost like an old fashioned in a bottle kind of thing.
Okay.
So very excited about that. This is cat out of the bag here for the next one. So right before we're holiday themed for whatever this year, right before Cinco de Mayo, here's the announcement. We are going to finish a whiskey in an El Trago barrel. El Trago is the tequila that Demetrius makes. He goes down to Mexico, gets the keys to the distillery, makes tequila, and then ships that up. El Trago is his premium brand. It stays in a whiskey barrel for 4 or 5 years. So he has agreed to sell us one of those barrels. So right before Cinco de Mayo will be tequila finished whiskey. And again, it's Ozark American whiskey. Is sticking with Demetrius on that. The other one that we've kind of let out of the bag, but we still don't know exactly what it's going to look like. Then our next one will be a cigar finish.
Okay.
We definitely want to do a cigar finish. Dave's a big cigar guy. 2 of my investors are big cigar guys too. So we've talked about that. We've got some ideas on what that's going to look like. We'll see. I can't tell you anymore because we don't know what that's going to look like. But that's so. There's our next 4.
Nice.
That's exciting. I'm really excited for that tequila one because, like, I'm a tequila fan too. That's going to be good.
I'm a mild tequila fan. I do really like El Trago. I like a really good tequila. It's going to be interesting on the tasting side of that because usually when it's done is my call. Right. That's the beauty of being the owner of the company. Okay, it's done. Pull it. Let's get it bottled and go. For this one, I'll probably seek a lot more input than I ever have, just because I'm not sure how much is too much on that. Are we trying to get more of the influence or not? Or I don't know. It's going to be interesting and fun, and that's what it's all about: having fun. Right.
Having fun. Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. That is interesting. I'm definitely excited about a lot of things you got going on, particularly the cigar blend, even though I don't like cigars, because that's the great thing. That's the great thing. You don't have to be a cigar lover to like a cigar blend because it features, again, there's no rules for this, but they typically feature multiple finishes, which makes for some of the most interesting whiskey out there.
I absolutely agreed. So I'm not a big cigar guy either.
Right.
Not in any way at all, but I do like cigar finishes because you never know what you're going to get. Right. And we'll have at least 3 different finishes in ours, and we're really leaning towards 4. And again, we have some ideas, but how do you blend those and mix those and get those to the right? There are going to be a lot of, and here's the other thing about doing a cigar blend, right? We couldn't have done a cigar blend last year.
Right.
And this is why. So let's say, all right, we buy a barrel. Barrels are expensive. All right, so all right, I'm going to buy a barrel of whiskey. I spend the money on that. And now our thought is, as a small company, that, all right, we're going to buy smaller 10-gallon barrels, new barrels, right? And then we're going to drop what we want to finish into those barrels. This is going to happen here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So let's say that one of those is cognac. So we're going to drop cognac in a barrel. We're going to let it sit in that 10-gallon barrel. We'll roll it around the floor every once in a while. And then we'll pull that cognac out. Now we're going to take 8 gallons from our barrel of 53 that we bought, put it in the cognac. We're going to do that to like 4 or 5 different things. And then we're going to mix it back in and blend it to our taste. Well, I can't do that last year because I don't have enough cash.
Right.
That if we screw it up, that to throw it away or blend 2 barrels, or you just don't. There's no cash to buy
right.
all those unused. Right. Now we're at a point, thankfully and blessed, and thank you for all the support, everybody, that we can do that and say, all right, let's experiment. But if it tastes like crap, we're not selling it, right? We're not going to do that. So we're at a point we can do that.
Do you hedge your bet by saying, okay, we'd probably like to do 3 finishes again, at least? Do you have to do more finishes than that, and then maybe the other ones end up as a single? Like if you do 5 finishes, knowing that you want 3, and then you try to sell 2 single barrels, you're like, oh, these would be better for blending. I don't know how you, or do you just do 3 and you're like, I'm all in on this, and I have no margin for error here. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know either.
Right.
I seriously don't.
I don't know. Yeah.
We are, and I will tell you, my group, it's me and 4 other guys. We're very excited about what this is going to look like. And Demetrius is the same way. He's like, he's a little scared because it hasn't been done that way, and he hasn't done it, and he doesn't finish. Right. That's his. Right. I'm not finishing. I'm never going to finish this. It's all you. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. This is another one where we'll bring in, and if our rewards program is called Dividends. If you go to investment-whiskey.com and you sign up for Dividends, this is where we'll bring in some of those Dividends members to come. Hey, give it a taste. What do you think? And we'll have to get some feedback on this one for sure. And this, for this one, we're looking July, August release.
Okay.
But it'll be very interesting. That's going to be a fun one.
It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, it's all about having fun, right? We've talked about this. I'm a financial advisor. That makes my real money. I'm also a professional musician. I make, that's a great side hustle. This is the side hustle. So it's
right.
It's in a nice place. My guys hate it, but I don't need to make money at this. I just want to have a good time and break even. So then this sounds like an absolute blast to try this and see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Well, it sounds like you're having fun, and that's a good thing, and that's all you could ask for. And like I said, over time, there is value that's being grown there. There's value in the brand name. There's value in being in the 20 stores as you sit today, and there'll be value in the 40 stores or whatever it is you'll be at the end of 2025. And again, you might not even be taking money out, but there is value that you're building up, and long term, it makes for something that could be very good for you in the end if you keep doing what you're doing. So congratulations on
that. Yeah, this time last year we were in 1 store.
Right, exactly.
So again, massive, huge thanks to Colonel Steve Akeley. We wouldn't be here without you. And McNew, you're always very, very kind to us, and lots of good publicity. We appreciate it. So thanks, Colonel.
There you go. There you go. You can do. Look what happened with Rolling Fork. They sent her a T-shirt. They purposely sent it one size too small, and then she put it out there on Instagram. And next thing you know, Rolling Fork is this well-recognized brand. It just happened like that for them.
Of course.
Maybe we'll have to come up with an investment whiskey bikini for the 4th of July photo this year.
For the sponsor 4th of July post. Yes, that'll be good. Yeah.
I think I'm aging out of those. I'm getting too old.
You're aging out of the 4th of July. There's not a chance. There is false. There's not a chance I'm going to wake up on 4th of July and the warden's going to say to me, check McNew's page, because she always remembers first. And then I'll be like, oh, I guess she aged out. It's not out there. There's no way July 4th, 2025, there's not a photo out there. I'm telling you.
Come on.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, you have broken so many hearts here tonight.
We'll see what happens. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Steinkamp, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Again, you can find us at our website, investment-whiskey.com. Also on Instagram and Facebook at Investment Whiskey.
All right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
Since Weebrink was here, do you know his? Is it Andrew in Kentucky?
It's Andrew_NIN_Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's the Weebrinks if you want to follow him.
I think he was at catp.com.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That smell never goes away.
No,
that's
he had on his matching coordinated pajama outfit.
Those are getting thrown out.
Yeah.
That chair thrown
There's
out.
no recovery from any of that. So yeah.
No. I feel.
Right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Thanks, all.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.